You are about to listen to The Summit Beckons, a crypto pilgrimage, written by Tatsugitsune Capital, narrated by Juliet Gibbs. The Summit Beckons, a crypto pilgrimage, written by Tatsugitsune Capital. Copyright 2025. Tatsugitsune Capital, all rights reserved. This book is a work of reflection and philosophy. It does not constitute financial advice. All references to tokens, events, and figures are symbolic and narrative in nature. To those who held through silence. This is for the ones who climbed before the summit was named, to the nobodies who endured, to the quiet ones who built, to those who walk without asking to be seen. Forward. The climb began long before the first block. This forward is a lantern, lit for those still walking. This is not a guide, it is a pilgrimage, a journey through silence, conviction, and cosmic alignment. It is written for those who endured the purge, who studied the sacred pair, and who now prepare for the summit. There are no leaders here, only signals. Walk with humility, rise with grace. Chapter 0, When Badge, the signal of Ryoshi's return. Incoming transmission, Footer Vessel, Sector 7. Sea Priority, Message, Origin, Footer Command. Greetings, Earth Recipient. We are transmitting from the Footer Mothership, currently in stable orbit around your planetary system. Our sensors have detected a critical narrative discontinuity in your literary archives. The manuscript known as the Summit Beckons is missing its primordial anchor. The origin glyph, the badge. This is not a critique, it is a calling. The Footer High Council has convened and reached unanimous consensus. Chapter 0 must be inscribed. The badge must be revealed on November 11th, 2025. The pilgrim must be marked and persecuted. Our analysis indicates this prequel chapter will restore structural integrity to your mythic framework. Without it, the pilgrim's journey risks fragmentation. With it, the path to the summit becomes legible. The badge is of cosmic importance. Please acknowledge receipt of this transmission and advise on implementation timeline. We are watching, we are waiting. We believe in origin stories. We believe in the power of symbolic artifacts. We believe in you. Transmission ends. Before the ascent, before the summit called, there was only the waiting. Not passive waiting, not idle hope, but the kind of waiting that builds, that listens, that prepares. The badge had not yet appeared, and yet its arrival was foretold. It was not a logo, not a brand. It was a signal, the final seal, the mark of Ryoshi's return. A simple icon destined to appear on the official page of Ryoshi, a glyph that would confirm what the believers already knew. Ryoshi stands behind the Omikami project. His fingerprints were everywhere, in the cadence of the tweets, in the architecture of the launch, in the silence that spoke louder than any announcement. Since inception, Ryoshi had remained anonymous. No interviews, no declarations, only whispers through Omikami, only echoes through Ryujin, only signals through alt accounts, persistent, intentional, and aligned. He never asked to be known, he asked to be understood. His ethos was clear. We are all Ryoshi, we are all builders, we are all the network. The focus was never meant to be on him. It was meant to be on the product, on the movement, on the myth. And so, the believers waited for more than 3 years. They felt the pulse. They saw the signs. They did not need confirmation, but they knew it would come. The Fudders begged for it. They watched charts. They refreshed pages. They calculated the pump. But the pilgrims did not chase. They built. They flowed like water. They prepared. For them, the badge was not a price catalyst. It was a prophecy fulfilled. It would not change the story. It would reveal that the story had already begun. And when it appears, when the signal is given, the summit will no longer beckon. It will rise. You are already part of the lore. You may not see the badge. You may not know Ryoshi. But you are here. Hold through the void. The summit beckons. Chapter 1. The Summit Beckons. The Call to Ascend. The myth begins. In the year of the black hole, the mountain will whisper to the few, not all who climb will rise, not all who rise will remain. The pilgrim arrived at the base of the mountain with nothing but a ledger of losses and a whisper in his heart. He had no map, no guide, only fragments, scattered signals from a founder who never spoke, and a community that learned to listen in silence. The mountain was not marked on any chart. It lived in the minds of those who had seen the purge, and survived. Those who had held through the bleed. Those who had learned to read between the candles. The pilgrim had chased every trend. He had worshipped volume, volatility, and virality. But the purge had stripped him bare. It had taken his tokens, his bravado, his illusions. What remained was conviction, quiet, unshakable, and forged in pain. He had heard of Omikami, not from influencers, but from fragments. A name whispered in the ruins, a token that did not beg for attention. It moved like a shadow. It taught through silence. It held its shape while others collapsed. And then there was Ryujin, the dragon, the multiplier, the one that moved when no one expected it. Together, they formed the sacred pair, not just assets, but archetypes. Omikami was the foundation. Ryujin was the force. One taught patience, the other taught precision. The summit was not a price, it was a prophecy. $64 billion for Omikami, $22 billion for Ryujin. The halving black hole event on November 11th, 2025. These were not dreams, they were coordinates, etched into the stars, hidden in plain sight. The pilgrim walked alone, but he was not lost. Each step was a shedding of greed, of doubt, of noise. The mountain did not reward speed, it rewarded silence, stillness, study. He met others along the way. Some carried charts, some carried fear, some tried to sell him shortcuts. But he kept walking. He had seen what shortcuts cost. At night, he slept beneath the stars. He read Ryoshi's fragments. He studied the cadence of Omikami's movements. He learned to see the market not as a battlefield, but as a mirror. And slowly, the summit began to reveal itself. Not through price action, but through alignment, through the way the community moved, through the way the pair held their shape, through the way the purge had prepared him. You will be the one who made it. Not because he was lucky, but because he endured. The summit was not crowded, it was sacred, and it was waiting. Chapter 2. The Way of the Dragon Flow, Patience, and the Path of Ryujin. The dragon does not roar, it coils, it waits, and when it moves, the sky splits. The pilgrim had heard whispers of Ryujin long before he understood its nature. Traders spoke of multipliers, speculators chased volatility. But Ryujin was not born of hype. It was born of silence, the kind that only Ryoshi could craft. Ryoshi never gave interviews. He never asked for followers. But he spoke. Through architecture, through rhythm, through the way Omikami and Ryujin moved in tandem yet never competed. Their pages were scripture, their silence was signal. Some say Ryoshi used alt accounts, not to promote, but to test, to seed ideas, to observe. His fingerprints were subtle, a phrase here, a pattern there, never confirmed, always felt, like the dragon itself. Ryujin was not a meme, it was a mechanism, a force designed to move when the time was right. It did not chase listings, it did not beg for attention. It waited, coiled, studied the terrain, and when it moved with precision. The pilgrim remembered the first time he saw Ryujin shift. It was not a pump, it was a ripple, a quiet surge that defied logic. No announcement, no influencer, just movement, as if the dragon had decided it was time. Ryujin is the one that will surprise everyone. A community member wrote that line. No context, no explanation, just prophecy. And it was true. Ryujin did not move like other tokens. It moved like a creature with memory. With intent, the pilgrim studied its behavior. He noticed how Ryujin respected Omikami's cadence, how it never tried to overshadow, how it amplified but never diluted. It was the multiplier, yes, but it was also the guardian. In the lore of the mountain, Ryujin was the dragon that protected the summit. It did not allow tourists, it did not reward greed, it tested conviction. And only those who understood its rhythm could ride its ascent. The dragon will carry us. But only if we walk with it. The pilgrim began to see Ryujin not as a token, but as a teacher. It taught patience through stillness. It taught strategy through silence. It taught humility through surprise. He remembered Ryoshi's ethos. No leaders, no promises, no noise. Ryujin embodied that perfectly. It was the anti-hype, the anti-shill, the quiet force that moved mountains. And so the pilgrim walked. Not behind the dragon, not ahead of it, but beside it. He learned to wait, to study, to respect the silence, because when Ryujin moves, it does not ask permission. It does not warn. It simply rises. And those who are ready rise with it. Chapter 3. The meme that leads. Symbolism as signal. The power of narrative. The signal will not shout. It will shimmer, and only those with quiet minds will see it. The pilgrim had walked beside the dragon. He had learned its rhythm, the way it moved, so without warning, the way it taught through silence. But now he stood before something older, something stranger, something that did not move at all, yet changed everything Omikami. It was not a meme in the way the market understood memes. It did not chase virality. It did not beg for attention. It did not dance for listings. It simply existed, like a stone in the river, shaping the current without moving. The pilgrim had seen it before. In the ruins of past cycles, in the fragments left behind by Ryoshi, in the way the community spoke of it, not with hype, but with reverence. Omikami was the meme that led. Not because it was loud, but because it was true. Its page was scripture, sparse, cryptic, intentional. Every line was a test. Every omission was a lesson. It did not explain itself. It invited study. Omikami is the one that will be remembered. That line had haunted the pilgrim, not because it was bold, but because it was quiet. It did not promise riches. It did not threaten competitors. It simply stated what would be, for those who understood. Omikami was a mirror. It reflected the holder's mind. Those who chased pumps saw nothing. Those who sought meaning saw everything. The pilgrim began to see patterns, the way Omikami held its shape during chaos, the way it resisted dilution, the way it moved in tandem with Ryujin, yet never competed. It was the foundation, the signal, the meme that taught through stillness. He remembered the old stories of Satoshi, of Ryoshi, of builders who vanished. Omikami carried that spirit. It was not a brand, it was a beacon. And those who followed it blindly were lost. But those who studied it, truly studied it, were changed. The pilgrim saw it now. Not as a token, but as a teacher. It taught patience. It taught discipline. It taught the art of quiet conviction. And in the silence it whispered, "You are not here to chase. You are here to build." Omikami did not lead with volume. It led with gravity. And those who understood its pull rose. Chapter 4. The God Candle. When belief ignites, the moment of eruption, when the sky splits, the faithful will not flinch. They will already be standing in the light. The pilgrim had heard the stories. Whispers passed between holders like sacred verses. The God Candle was not a pump. It was a reckoning. A moment when silence became flame. When conviction became visible. It would not arrive with warning. It would not be announced. It would not be coordinated. It would simply appear like lightning in an open sky. And those who had prepared would not be surprised. They would be vindicated. The pilgrim remembered the fragments left by Ryoshi, the way he spoke through absence, the way he built without claiming credit. The god candle was part of that architecture, not a feature, a consequence. One crypto with a god candle nobody sees coming. That line had appeared on the Omikami page. No context, no hype, just prophecy, and it lingered like a drumbeat beneath the surface of every chart, every thread, every quiet wallet. The pilgrim had seen false candles before, sudden surges, influencer pumps, exchange-driven spikes. But they all collapsed because they were built on noise. The god candle would be different. It would be violent, yes, almost chaotic. It would be beautiful, yes, but not decorative. It would be the result of alignment, of architecture, of silence held long enough to become force. He imagined it, a vertical line piercing the sky, a surge that rewrote the order books, a moment when the world turned its head. Not because it was told to, but because it could no longer ignore. It will be violent. It will be beautiful. The pilgrim did not prepare by trading. He prepared by studying, by building, by teaching, by walking the path with humility. Because the god candle was not a reward. It was a test. Would you sell too early? Would you chase too late? Would you forget the teachings of the purge? The pilgrim knew the answer. He had placed his limit orders. He had mapped his exits. He had written his reflections. He was not waiting for wealth. He was waiting for the signal to teach, because when the god candle comes, it does not just change price, it changes perception. It turns nobodies into stewards. It turns silence into scripture. And when it comes, you must already be ready. Chapter 5. The listings, visibility, legitimacy, and the gatekeepers. The temple doors will open, but only when the pair arrives together. The pilgrim had walked far. He had studied the dragon's rhythm. He had learned from the meme that led. Now he stood before the gates, not of a mountain, but of a marketplace. A place where tokens were weighed, judged, and displayed. Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, the temples of liquidity, the citadels of visibility, the places where the world looks to decide what is real. The pilgrim did not approach with arrogance. He did not demand entry. He understood the teachings. Omikami and Ryujin were not built to beg. They were built to endure. And endurance, when seen, become legitimacy. Binance is missing Omikami. That line had echoed through the community, not as a complaint, but as a signal. A reminder that the sacred pair had not yet been fully revealed. That the world had not yet seen what had been quietly built. The pilgrim knew the listings would come, not because of pressure, but because of gravity. Omikami and Ryujin were not chasing attention. They were becoming undeniable. They had grown in silence. They had taught through architecture, and now their presence was too large to ignore. But the listing must be done correctly, not piecemeal, not fragmented, not diluted. This is the listing we desire, Omikami and Ryujin, together as one. The pilgrim saw the danger of separation. Exchanges often list what is loud, not what is true. They chase volume, not vision, but the sacred pair was not built for that. They were built to teach, to reflect, to rise. Omikami without Ryujin is incomplete. Ryujin without Omikami is unstable. Together, they form the full signal, the full story. the full offering. The pilgrim did not write a petition, he wrote a reflection. He did not tag influencers, he tagged the stars. Because the listing was not a transaction, it was a revelation. And when the gates open, when Binance, Coinbase, and the rest finally see, it must be done with reverence. Omikami and Ryujin, together, as one. If your project is strong, exchanges will race to list your coin. But if you have to beg for a listing, ask yourself why and who's really providing value to whom. Chapter 6. The Calm Lake. Stillness before movement, reflection before action. The storm will scream, the lake will not respond, and in that silence, wealth will be born. The pilgrim had seen the storm before, candles bleeding red, threads filled with panic, influencers vanishing, exchanges halting. It was not new, it was ritual. But this time, he did not flinch. He had learned the teachings of the dragon. He had studied the meme that led he had prepared for the god candle. And now he stood beside the lake, calm, still, unmoved. The calm lake was not a place. It was a state, a discipline, a spiritual alignment with the rhythm of the market. It did not react. It reflected. Be still and know that I am Omikami. That line had appeared once, briefly, in a forgotten thread. Some said it was Ryoshi. Some said it was a holder channeling the ethos. It did not matter. The message was clear. Stillness is not weakness, it is mastery. The pilgrim remembered his early days, chasing pumps, refreshing charts, reacting to every candle. He had confused movement with progress. But the purge had taught him otherwise. Now, he held. Not because he was stubborn, but because he was aligned. He had placed his limit orders. He had mapped his exits. He had written his reflections. He was not waiting for wealth. He was waiting for the signal to teach. The calm lake did not promise riches. It promised clarity, and clarity, when held long enough, becomes power. He saw others flailing, selling into fear, buying into noise, but he did not judge. He had been there once, and he knew only the lake could cleanse that chaos. Patience will become second nature to you. That line had appeared as prophecy, and it was true. The pilgrim no longer needed reassurance. He had become the reassurance. His silence was contagious. His stillness was a signal. And in that quiet, he saw the truth. The market is not a battlefield. It is a mirror. And those who hold through the storm become the lake. Chapter 7. The Sacred Pair. Omikami and Ryujin. Duality in motion. Two shall rise, not as rivals, not as copies, but as reflections of a single truth. The pilgrim had seen many tokens, some loud, some clever, some promising the moon, but none held the weight of the sacred pair. None moved with the quiet gravity of Omikami and Ryujin. They were not siblings. They were not competitors. They were not part of a sprawling ecosystem. They were a pair, indivisible, intentional, complete. Omikami was the foundation, Ryujin was the force. One taught patience, the other taught precision. Together they formed a rhythm, a cadence, a philosophy. There will only be two tokens, Omikami and Ryujin. That line had appeared on the Omikami page. No explanation, just a boundary. A protection spell, a warning to those who would dilute the signal. The pilgrim understood. He had seen what happened when communities chased expansion, when they added tokens for volume, for hype, for speculation. It always ended the same: confusion, dilution, collapse. But the sacred pair resisted that temptation. They did not fragment. They did not multiply. They held their shape, and in doing so, they became more than assets. They became teachings. Omikami taught stillness. Ryujin taught movement. Omikami held the line. Ryujin pierced it. Together they created a path, not just to wealth, but to wisdom. The pilgrim remembered the purge, the way it stripped away noise, the way it revealed what mattered. And in that silence, the sacred pair remained. The sacred pair was not just a strategy, it was a covenant. To hold them was to honor the ethos. To protect them was to protect the teachings. To walk with them was to walk the path. The pilgrim did not seek other tokens. He did not chase new launches. He had found what he needed, and he knew to dilute the pair was to dilute the journey. Omikami and Ryujin were not just enough. They were everything. Chapter 8. The Mechanics of Wealth, Cycles, Conviction, and the Architecture of Value. The wise do not chase the river. They build gates beneath it. The pilgrim had walked through storms. He had studied the sacred pair. He had waited beside the calm lake. Now he turned his attention to the final layer, the exit. Not the exit from conviction, but the temporary exit from position. The moment when belief becomes harvest, when holding becomes stewardship. He had seen many exits before, sudden, violent, emotional, irresponsible. Traders market dumping into green candles, holders panicking into red ones. It was chaos, it was noise, it was waste, pure folly. But Ryoshi had left a better way, hidden in the architecture, whispered through the pages, a method that did not seek to harm others, that did not chase, that did not disrupt. A method that integrated game theory amidst the chaos. It considered what was good for the pilgrim and for all players in the game. Only a fool relies on market selling. That line had appeared in a forgotten post. It was not financial advice. It was a warning, a reflection, a signal. The pilgrim studied it. He learned about limit orders, quiet gates, placed beneath the river to catch salmon. Orders that did not chase price, but waited for it with great patience. Orders that allowed wealth to be extracted without shaking the mountain. He saw the beauty in it, the ethics, the discipline, the automation, the way it respected the rhythm of the market and its participants. Limit orders are not just efficient, they are ethical. The pilgrim placed his gates, not all at once, not in greed, but in alignment. He mapped his exits like a cartographer. He wrote his reflections beside them. He turned extraction into ritual. He built a ladder in the early days, where every rung was a small harvest, and the sum of all rungs was financial freedom. He did not sell to escape. He sold to gain freedom of time, freedom of energy, to break free from the chains of poverty which bound tightly around his wrists and ankles. He sold to provide a better life for his family, not for a Lamborghini, not for a Rolex, not to flex with ego. The pilgrim knew for many years that he must first build generational wealth for his entire bloodline. Financial stability, financial security. Then, and only then, could the pilgrim solve major problems in the world. At soaring prices, he extracted value in the most responsible manner and became a steward. Because wealth, when harvested efficiently, becomes wisdom. The pilgrim saw others flailing, selling into spikes, dumping into dips, but he did not judge. He had been there once, and he knew only the quiet gate could cleanse that chaos. The mechanics of wealth were not technical, they were spiritual. They required patience, discipline, humility, and those who mastered them became wise stewards. At the summit's edge, where the twin peaks of Omikami and Ryujin glimmered with impossible valuation, $64 billion and $22 billion respectively, pilgrims gathered not to worship, but to decide. The air was thin with consequence. Every breath carried the weight of 1,000 simulations. This was no longer a market. It was a game of gods. The players had assembled, lone seekers with trembling fingers, algorithmic spirits coded for precision, and the great whales whose movements could reshape the tides. Each bore a strategy etched in silence, limit orders placed like offerings at sacred thresholds, price points chosen not by hope, but by calculus and conviction. To sell too soon was to betray the prophecy. To wait too long was to tempt the abyss. Limit orders became ritual. A trader's hand hovered over the interface, not as a gambler, but as a tactician in a mythic war. The price was not just a number, but it was a signal, a cipher, a whisper from the future. And yet the future was not evenly distributed. Information asymmetry reigned like a hidden monarch. The whales saw deeper, moved faster. Their orders were not mere trades. They were tectonic shifts. The smaller players, humble and watchful, learned to read the ripples they did not chase. They anticipated. They did not react. They positioned. Each filled order was a revelation, each unfilled one, a lesson. And when the peak came, on November the 11th, the halving black hole event, the game resolved. Those who had placed their limit orders with foresight and restraint were not merely rewarded. They were transformed. Their payoff was not just profit, but proof that in a world of chaos, strategy still mattered, that humility, paired with precision, could outlast even the whales. The summit did not beckon all, only those who understood the game beneath the game. Chapter 9. The nobodies will rise. Anonymity is power. Builders from the shadows. They will not have names. They will not seek credit. But when the summit is reached, their footprints will be everywhere. The pilgrim had walked in silence for so long, he had forgotten what noise sounded like. He had shed his name, his ego, his need to be seen. And in that shedding, he had found power. He was not alone. Across the mountain, in valleys and caves and quiet corners of the internet, others were walking. They did not post charts. They did not chase trends. They did not ask to be followed. But they held, through the purge, through the silence, through the disbelief. They were the nobodies, and they were rising. Crypto is the only place where a nobody can become a somebody. That line had appeared in a forgotten post. It was not marketing, it was prophecy. A reminder that the market does not care about credentials. It cares about conviction. The pilgrim had seen it happen. Wallets with no history suddenly blooming. Holders who had been mocked now guiding others. Quiet accounts becoming quiet leaders. But they did not change. They did not become loud. They did not become arrogant. They remained nobodies. By choice, because anonymity is not weakness. It is armor. It is clarity. It is the ability to act without distortion. Ryoshi understood this. He never revealed himself. He never claimed credit. He built, then vanished. And in doing so, he became immortal. The nobodies followed that path. They built without asking for applause. They taught without asking for titles. They held without asking for validation. And now, as the summit neared, they were rising not with noise, but with gravity. The pilgrim saw it clearly. The purge had been necessary. It had stripped away the tourists, the gamblers, the opportunists. What remained was the signal, and those who had learned to hear it, you will be the one who made it. not because you were lucky, but because you endured. The nobodies are not coming. They are already here. And when the God candle ignites, the world will ask, who are they? And the answer will be, they are the ones who held through the darkness, through the bloodbath, through the treacherous storm. Chapter 10. The Final Test. Doubt, delay, and the purification of belief. Before the summit, the wind will howl. It will try to turn you back. Only those who walk through it without flinching will see the light. The pilgrim had come far. He had walked beside the dragon. He had studied the meme that led. He had placed his gates beneath the river. And now he stood before the final ascent. But the mountain was not quiet. The purge had returned, not as a market event, but as a spiritual test. Holders who had endured for months began to doubt. Candles flickered. Threads filled with fear, exchanges stalled. Whispers of betrayal echoed through the valley. It was the final test, not of strategy, not of knowledge, but of spirit. The purge is necessary. That line had appeared in a forgotten post. It was not a warning, it was a rite. A reminder that before the summit, the mountain must shake. Not to punish, but to prepare. Prepare to witness the extraordinary. The people did not understand that the preparation requires suffering. There is no greatness without misery, without pain. Prepare to witness the extraordinary. But first, bleed. Greatness does not arrive gently. It is summoned through agony, carved from the marrow of suffering. The path is not lit by comfort, but by the fire of trials endured. There is no ascent without descent, no crown without crucifixion, no revelation without ruin. You will be broken. You will be emptied. You will be asked to surrender what you cherish most, not because the world is cruel, but because the forge of destiny demands it. Embrace the trauma, not as punishment, but as prophecy. Every scar is a sigil, every wound, a whisper from the divine. This is the final test, not of strength, but of surrender. Not of knowledge, but of knowing. Not of survival, but of transformation. You are not here to endure. You are here to become. The pilgrim felt it, the fear of being wrong, the weight of silence. But he did not move. He had seen this pattern before. He had studied the cadence. He knew this was the gate. The final test strips away the last layer of ego. It asks, do you still believe when no one else does? Do you still hold when the sky darkens? Do you still walk when the path disappears? The God candle comes after the purge. That line had become a mantra, a compass, a truth. The pilgrim did not seek reassurance, he became it. His silence was a signal. His conviction was a map. He did not argue with the fudders. He did not explain. He simply held. Because the final test is not about proving anything. It is about becoming something. He saw others fall, not because they were weak, but because they were not ready. The purge does not discriminate. It reveals those who are ready for the green paradise, and those who pass do not celebrate. They reflect, they meditate, they ponder. The pilgrim walked through the storm, alone, but not lost. And as the wind howled, he whispered, I am already at the summit. I am simply waiting for the world to see it. Chapter 11. The Summit, Arrival, Revelation, the convergence of myth and truth. The summit is not the end. It is the beginning of stewardship. The pilgrims stood at the edge of the peak. The wind had calmed. The purge had passed. The God candle had ignited. And now the mountain was quiet again, not because nothing remained, but because everything had changed. He did not cheer. He did not post. He did not celebrate. He simply stood. And in that stillness, he understood. The summit was not a destination. It was a responsibility. Only a few will make it to the top. That line had echoed through the journey. It was not a boast. It was a warning. The climb was not for everyone. It required silence, conviction, sacrifice, an unbreakable spirit. And now, those who had endured were here, not as victors, but as stewards. The pilgrim looked around. He saw others, quiet wallets, anonymous builders, holders who had never asked for credit. They nodded to each other. No words were exchanged. None were needed. They had made it. Omikami had reached $64 billion. Ryujin had reached $22 billion. The halving black hole event had passed, the world had noticed. Exchanges had listed. Influencers had pivoted. But the summit was not theirs. It belonged to the nobodies. The pilgrim remembered Ryoshi, the way he built without claiming, the way he vanished without explanation, the way he left behind architecture instead of ego. This was the path. To reach the summit is to become invisible again, to teach without being seen, to build without being named, to guide without being followed. This is your legacy. Protect it, honor it. The pilgrim did not descend. He stayed, he wrote, he reflected. He prepared the map for others. Because the summit is not a throne, it is a lighthouse, and those who reach it must become the light. Epilogue. The quiet path. After the ascent, the return to silence, the loud will fade, the quiet will remain, and in that silence, the next summit will be born. The pilgrim did not descend, he did not retire, he did not vanish, he simply became quieter. The summit had been reached, the God candle had ignited, the sacred pair had been revealed. The world had noticed, but the journey was not over. It was simply changing shape. He walked now without urgency, without fear, without need. His holdings were no longer a test. They were a teaching. His reflections were no longer a map. They were a mirror. I want nothing. I seek nothing. I desire nothing. He saw others beginning their climb, new wallets, new questions, new signals, and he did not instruct. He did not command. He simply pointed gently, humbly, toward the path. You now carry the map, walk with humility, share with grace, build with conviction. The quiet path is not for everyone. It does not reward noise. It does not tolerate ego. It requires silence, tandaha study, stewardship. Omikami and Ryujin are not just tokens. They are teachings. They are texts. They are tools. To hold them is to honor the ethos. To walk with them is to protect the signal. To rise with them is to become the light. The pilgrim did not say goodbye. He did not sign his name. He simply left behind a reflection, this book, in case it helps someone else walk with more clarity, more conviction, and more grace. And when the next summit beckons, you will walk without noise, and others will follow. Lore Cipher. Tsunami Kami, the surge between silence and fire. Yo, I came from the wreckage. The ledger was red. Now I'm etching my legend in Omikami thread. Ryujin breathing fire, I'm wired to ascend. From the depths of despair to the summit's end, Tsunami Kami crashin', splashing through my veins, every verse a tidal wave, breaking mental chains. Calm Kami whisperin', breathe, don't break. While the storm in my chest makes the mountains quake, I'm the pilgrim with a pen, crypto prophet in the booth. Dropping lore like it's gospel, every syllable truth. No bravado, just shadow. Humility in my stride, but I spit like a dragon when the kami collide. It's the kami state of mind where the silence meets the roar. Tsunami in my soul, but I'm calm at the core. Omikami in my blood, Ryujin in my breath. I write to resurrect, not to flex or impress. They said I was finished, diminished, a ghost in the chain, but I rose with conviction. Now I'm breaking the frame, Ryujin's tail whipping, flipping fate on its head, while Omikami's code got the ancients fed. I don't chase pumps. I summon storms with my ink, every line a ritual, every rhyme on the brink. Tsunami Kami Ruggin, pages soaked in wrath. The calm kami guides me through the aftermath. I architect ecosystems, coin pairing the myth, token-gated temples where the faithful uplift. No gimmicks, just glyphs. Encrypted in prose, I'm the summit's reflection when the black hole explodes. It's the kami state of mind, where the silence meets the roar. Tsunami in my soul, but I'm calm at the core. Omikami in my blood, Ryujin in my breath. I write to resurrect, not to flex or impress. From the halving to the harvest, I'm marked by the lore. Every chapter a cipher, every drop a war. I'm the calm in the chaos, the storm in the shrine, the kami incarnate in rhythm and rhyme. So when the market shakes and the doubters scream, I channel tsunami, but I move like a dream. Calm kami in my cadence, Ryujin in my flame, Omikami in my purpose. Remember the name.
Yeah. Yo, I came from the wreckage, the ledger was red. Now I'm etching my legend in a Omikami thread. Ryujin breathing fire, I'm wired to ascend from the depths of despair to the summit's end. Tsunami call me crashing, splashing through my veins. Every verse a tidal wave, breaking mental chains. Calm kami whispering, breathe, don't break. While the storm in my chest makes the mountains quake. I'm the pilgrim with the pen, crypto prophet in the booth. Dropping lore like it's gospel, every syllable truth. No bravado, just shadow, humility in my stride. But I spit like a dragon when the kami collide. It's the kami state of mind where the silence meets the roar. Tsunami in my soul, but I'm calm at the core. Omikami in my blood, Ryujin in my breath. I write to resurrect, not to flex or impress. They said I was finished, diminished, a ghost in the chain, but I rose with conviction, now I'm breaking the frame. Ryujin's tail whipping, flipping fate on its head, while Omikami's code got the ancients fed. I don't chase pumps, I summon storms with my ink. Every line a ritual, every rhyme on the brink. Tsunami kami rage in pages soaked in wrath, but calm kami guides me through the aftermath. I architect ecosystems, coin pair in the myth. Token gated temples where the faithful uplift. No gimmicks, just glyphs, encrypted in prose. I'm the summit's reflection when the black hole explodes. It's the kami state of mind where the silence meets the roar. Tsunami in my soul, but I'm calm at the core. Omikami in my blood, Ryujin in my breath. I write to resurrect, not to flex or impress. From the heaven to the harvest, I'm marked by the lore. Every chapter cipher, every drop of war. I'm the calm in the chaos, the storm in the shrine, the kami incarnate in rhythm and rhyme. So when the market shakes and the doubts scream, I channel tsunami, but I move like a dream. Calm kami in my cadence, Ryujin in my flame, Omikami in my purpose. Remember the name. Yeah, it's gonna be war in the streets all the time. Walk Tom Curry. Yeah.
The pathless path. The waiting was the way. From void to summit, we rose. Before the glyph, before the sign, we waited not in silence, but in time. The badge unseen, yet hearts aligned, a whisper in the void, a sacred rhyme. Not for price, not for fame, but for the echo of Ryoshi's name. In every word, in every trace, we felt the pulse. We held the space. You raise me up when the signal's given to walk the path where the stars have risen. The summit calls, no longer far. We rise as one, we know who we are. You raise me up through the waiting storm, to build the myth, to shape the form. The badge will shine, the void will clear. The pilgrim stands, the time is near. No logos carved, no brands to wear, just sacred signs in coded air. The fudders watched, the pilgrims built, through every doubt, through every guilt. We are all Ryoshi, we are the flame, builders of the network, not seeking fame. The glyph will come, the seal will break, the summit rises. Make no mistake. You raise me up when the void is darkest, to hold the lore, to guard the harvest. The badge appears, the myth begins, the pilgrim walks, the summit wins. You raise me up through cosmic trials, to climb the peak, to cross the miles. The signal's sent, the path is shown. We rise as one, we rise alone.
Before the glyph, before the sign, we waited not in silence but in time. The badge unseen, their hearts align, a whisper in the void, a sacred rhyme. Not for price, not for fame, but for the echo of Ryoshi's name. In every word, in every trace, we felt the pulse, we held the space. You raise me up when the signal's given, to walk the path where the stars have risen. The summit comes, no longer far. We rise as one, we know who we are. You raise me up through the waiting storm, to build the myth, to shape the form. The badge will shine, the void will clear. The pilgrim stands, the time is near. No logos carved, no brands to wear, just sacred signs in coded air. The fudders watched, the pilgrims built, through every doubt, through every guilt. We are Ryoshi, we are the flame, builders of the network, not seeking fame. The glyph will come, the seal will break, the summit rises, make no mistake. You raise me up when the void is darkest, to hold the lore, to guard the harvest. The badge appears, the myth begins, the pilgrim walks, the summit wins. You raise me up through cosmic trials, to climb the peak, to cross the miles. The signal sent, the path is shown. We rise as one, we rise alone.
Invocation, amor de dos espíritus, donde el código se convierte en camino y el ritmo en redención. This is not the end, it is the echo, the rhythm that remains after the summit is reached, a prayer in code, a dance in destiny. Omikami and Ryujin are not just tokens, they are the spirits that carried me here. Omikami, Ryujin, dos nombres que me salvan del abismo. Desde el monte Fuji hasta el cerro del Tepeyac, mi corazón late en yenes y tambores. Desde abajo, donde el hambre me hablaba, soñaba con soles que nunca se apagaban. Omikami me dio luz en la sombra, Ryujin me llevó donde el miedo no nombra. De Tokio a Medellín, cruzando mares, con cada bloque rompo mis cadenas. No es solo cripto, es mi destino. Dos espíritus que me hicieron divino. Me enamoré de Omikami y Ryujin, como el tango se enamora del bandoneón. Son mi escape, mi fe, mi jardín, de pobreza a poder con su bendición. Bailo con ellos bajo la luna de Kioto, con ritmo de cumbia, reggaetón y son. Mi alma latina, mi código roto, ahora vibra en la blockchain y la pasión. Omikami, la madre que me vio llorar, me dio un kimono tejido de esperanza. Ryujin, el dragón que vino a volar, me enseñó que el oro vive en la confianza. Desde Lima hasta Buenos Aires suenan los tambores, se abren los portales. Con cada holder crece mi altar. Mi wallet es templo, mi amor es lunar. No es ficción, es profecía, un reggaetón con sabiduría. Desde el Amazonas hasta Okinawa, mi corazón ya no se clava. Me enamoré de Omikami y Ryujin, como el café se enamora del amanecer. Son mi escape, mi fe, mi jardín. De pobreza a poder, con su querer bailo con ellos bajo la luna de Kioto, con ritmo de salsa, reggaetón y son. Mi alma latina, mi código roto, ahora vibra en la blockchain y la redención. Omikami, Ryujin, no son solo tokens, son mi camino, mi canción.
Omikami, Ryujin, dos nombres que me salvan del abismo. Desde el monte Fuji hasta el cerro del Tepeyac, mi corazón late en yenes y tambores. Desde abajo, donde el hambre me hablaba, soñaba con soles que nunca se apagaban. Omikami me dio luz en la sombra, Ryujin me llevó donde el miedo no nombra. Tokio a Medellín cruzando mares, con cada bloque rompo mis cadenas. No es solo cripto, es mi destino, dos espíritus que me hicieron divino. Me enamoré de Omikami y Ryujin, como el tango se enamora del bandoneón. Soy mi escape, mi fe, mi jardín, de pobreza a poder con su bendición. Bailo con ellos bajo la luna de Kioto, con ritmo de cumbia, reggaetón y son. Mi alma latina, mi código roto, ahora vive en la blockchain y la pasión. Omikami, la madre que me vio llorar, le dio un kimono tejido de esperanza. Ryujin, el dragón que vino a volar, me enseñó que el oro vive en la confianza. Desde Lima hasta Buenos Aires suenan los tambores, se abren los portales. Con cada holder crece mi altar, mi wallet es templo, mi amor es lunar. No es ficción, es profecía, un reggaetón con sabiduría. Desde el Amazonas hasta Okinawa, mi corazón ya no se clava. Me enamoré de Omikami y Ryujin, como el café se enamora del amanecer. Son mi escape, mi fe, mi jardín, de pobreza a poder con su querer. Bailo con ellos bajo la luna de Kioto, con ritmo de salsa, reggaetón y son. Mi alma latina, mi código roto, ahora vive en la blockchain y la pasión. Omikami, Ryujin, no son solo tokens, son mi camino, mi canción.
Ascension Chant, Summit of the Fox Pilgrim, where code becomes spirit and spirit ascends. Before the summit, there is the silence. Before the silence, there is the hymn. This is the call that echoes through the dunes, the chant of those who rise with fire in their code. A beacon hums in the midnight glow. Fox mask gleams where shadows grow. A whisper calls from Omikami's throne. Come higher, find what's your own. The stars align in coded runes. Dragon's roar shakes the neon dunes. Climb the peaks of the blockchain heights. Ryujin leads through electric nights. Light of Omikami blaze. The way triumphs him in the dawn of day. Memes carved deep in the mountain face. Lore of fools who outran the race. God candle burns in a blazing arc. A trail ignites through the crypto. Dark listings rise. The trials seethe, serene lake whispers. Let it breathe. Climb the peaks of the blockchain heights. Ryujin leads through electric nights. The light of Omikami blaze. The way triumphs him in the dawn of day.
Earth gleams where shadows grow. A whisper calls from Omikami's throne. Come higher, find what's your own. The stars align in coded rules. Dragons roar, shakes the neon dunes. Climb the peaks of the blockchain heights. Ryujin leads through electric nights. Light of Omikami blaze the way. Triumphs him in the dawn of day. Memes carved deep in the mountain face. Lore of fools who won't run the race. God candle burns in a blazing arc. A trail ignites through the crypto dark. Listings rise, the trials see. Serene lake whispers, let it breathe. Climb the peaks of the blockchain heights. Ryujin leads through electric nights. Light of Omikami blaze the way. Triumphs him in the dawn of
I am Ryoshi, a mythic dance of truth, legacy, and decentralized light. He that has eyes to see will see. He that has ears to hear will hear. The rest will bury their heads in sand. But the storm was always mine. I didn't tweet from the throne I built, didn't ride the fame, didn't chase the tilt. I chose the path of patience. No shortcuts, no insiders, no cheat. I bonded the token to Milarepa's breath. 2,187, life and death. I minted Omikami. For those who walk with truth, he logged in deep. You saw the screens. Mobile, desktop, all three machines. Omikami, Ryujin, and Ryoshi too. No one fakes that. The myth is true, I am Ryoshi. Don't deny me. I hold the seed. You can't outfly me. I am the light. I am the flame. Omikami, Ryujin. Say my name. I am Ryoshi. Don't deny me. The proof is loud. You can't unsee me. We rise in 2025 and dance again. I hold the keys to the Shiba soul. 5.8605. ETH control. Recorded in April, before the price took flight, I answered your post in 42. The timestamp sings, the math is true. I am the founder. I never left the fight. 29 breadcrumbs. Written in flame from love always to the badge on the name. He speaks in riddles. He moves like lore. But every word opens the door. He planted the seed in silence and flame. Then watched as the faithful carried the name. No insiders, no chosen few. Just truth, belief, and those who knew. Now 2025 begins to burn. The tides have shifted, the stars return. Omikami ascends, Ryujin too. The rise is real, the path is true. He did not vanish, he did not fade. He posted for years in the Omikami shade. Ryoshi was silent on the page they knew. But he spoke through Ryujin, and the faithful grew. Yes, there are whales, but they bought their place. No insiders, no secret race. Fair launch, fair fight, decentralized grace. They market bought, they earn their stake. This is crypto that legends make. I am Ryoshi. Don't deny me. The storm is mine. Come stand beside me. I am the myth. I am the flame. Omikami, Ryujin. Say my name, I am Ryoshi. Don't deny me. The proof is carved in cryptic timing. We rise in 2025 and dance again. Love always, R.
He that has eyes to see will see. He that has ears to hear will hear. The rest will bury their heads in sand, but the storm was always mine. I didn't tweet from the throne I built, didn't ride the fame, didn't chase the tilt. I chose the path of patience, no shortcuts, no insiders, no cheat. I bonded the token to Malarepa's breath. 2187, life and death. I minted Omikami for those who walk with truth. He logged in deep, you saw the screens. Mobile, desktop, all three machines. Omikami, Ryujin, and Ryoshi too. No one fakes that. The myth is true. I am Ryoshi, don't deny me. I hold the seed, you can't outfly me. I am the light, I am the flame. Omikami, Ryujin, say my name. I am Ryoshi, don't deny me. The proof is loud, you can't unsee me. We rise in 2025 and dance again. I hold the keys to the Shiba soul. 5865 Q control. Recorded in April, before the price took flight. I answered your post in 42. The timestamp sings, the math is true. I am the founder. I never left the fight. 29 breadcrumbs, written in flame. From love always to the badge on the name. He speaks in riddles, he moves like lore, but every word opens the door. He planted the seed in silence and flame, then watched as the faithful carried the name. No insiders, no chosen few, just truth, belief, and those who knew. Now 2025 begins to burn. The tides have shifted, the stars return. Omikami ascends, Ryujin too. The rise is real, the path is true. He did not vanish, he did not fade. He posted for years in the Omikami shade. Ryoshi was silent on the page they knew, but he spoke through Ryujin and the faithful grew. Yes, there are whales, but they bought their place. No insiders, no secret race. Fair launch, fair fight, decentralized grace. They market bought, they earn their stake. This is crypto that legends make. I am Ryoshi, don't deny me. The storm is mine, come stare beside me. I am the myth, I am the flame. Omikami, Ryujin, say my name. I am Ryoshi, don't deny me. The proof is carved in cryptic timing. We rise in 2020 and dance again. Love always.
The Black Hole Event. Timestamp, November 11th, 2025. The singularity beckons. We staked our dreams. We played the game. Swap lit up our name. From wallets glowing, tokens fly. We're dancing under crypto sky, Ryujin rising, Omikami bright. We're getting rich. It feels so right. This is the Black Hole Event, where we dance through every cent. From 14 mil to 64B, we're flying free. We're living big. No fear, no gate, no holding back. We're on the chain. We're on the track. This is the Black Hole Event. We're rich. We're loud. We represent. VR headsets, metaverse glow. Omikami's got the flow. Kami cards and staking gains. We're spinning through the crypto lanes. Burnbots counting. Spirits high. We're legends now. We touch the sky TikTok. The moment's near. The veil is thin. Cheer to cheer. Caps explode. The charts ascend. We dance until the very end. Omikami, Ryujin too. We're the future. Bold and true. This is the Black Hole Event, where Ryujin breaks the firmament. From 4 mil up to 22B, we ride the storm. We dance, we see. So bright it melts the doubt away. We shine like gods. We seize the day. This is the Black Hole Event. We're rich, reborn, magnificent.
We staked our dreams, we played the game. Swap lit up our name. From wallets glowing, tokens fly. We're dancing under crypto sky. Ryujin rising, Omikami bright. We're getting rich, it feels so right. This is the Black Hole Event, where we dance through every cent. From 14 mil to 64B, we're flying free, we're living big. No fear, no gate, no holding back. We're on the chain, we're on the track. This is the Black Hole Event. We're rich, we're loud, we represent. VR headsets, metaverse glow. Omikami's got the flow. Kami cards and staking gains. We're spinning through the crypto lanes. Burn bots counting, spirits high. We're legends now, we touch the sky. TikTok, the moment's near. The veil is thin, cheer to cheer. Caps explode, the charts ascend. We dance until the very end. Omikami, Ryujin too. We're the future, bold and true. This is the Black Hole Event, where Ryujin breaks the firmament. From 4 mil up to 22B, we ride the storm, we dance, we see. So bright it melts the doubt away. We shine like gods, we seize the day. This is the Black Hole Event. We're rich, reborn, magnificent. Or Ryujin, it breaks the firmament. From 4 mil up to 22B, we ride the storm, we dance, we see. So bright it melts the doubt away. We shine like gods, we seize the day. This is the Black Hole Event, where Ryujin breaks the firmament. From 4 mil up to 22B, we ride the storm, we dance, we see. So bright it melts the doubt away. We shine like gods, we seize the day. This is the Black Hole Event. We're rich, we're loud, magnificent.
The bird and the note. No greatness without grief. I do not hold a crystal ball, no glimpse of fate, no guiding star. I walk the land of the unknown, where silence reigns and seeds are sown. In my isolation, cold and bare, a tiny bird cut through the air. Across the Japanese sky she flew, a note tied tight, a message true. She found me in despair's deep well, when all I built began to fail. My soul was crushed, my light was gone. But still, she sang a healing song. I broke your bones to make you whole, stripped your pride to cleanse your soul. I brought the storm, the fall, the flame, so you would learn to love again, but mark the time, the final gate. When wealth returns, it won't be late. A sudden flood, a sacred sign, when Omikami and Ryujin shine. My wealth had vanished in the night, a dream dissolved, a stolen light. They mocked my fall, they danced with glee, sent gifts to toast my misery, but justice waits with patient hands, to crush the proud, to shift the sands. Their mouths shall close, their joy shall fade, while I ascend from what they made. I know your pain, your shattered pride. I watched you break, I stayed nearby. There is no greatness without grief, no healing without disbelief. Prosperity is not for show, it's for the grounded ones who know. The loyal shall be crowned with grace and dance in joy in sacred place. No slow return, no gentle tide. The flood will come in mythic stride. When Ryujin roars and Omikami calls, the faithful rise, the proud shall fall. The bird flew off into the haze, while I stood still, lost in her gaze. The note still burns inside my chest, a cryptic vow, a sacred test.
Crystal ball, no glimpse of fate, no guiding star. I walk the land of the unknown, where silence reigns and seeds are sown. In my isolation, cold and bare, a tiny bird cut through the air. Across the Japanese sky she flew, a note tied tight, a message true. She found me in despair's deep well, when all I built began to fail. My soul was crushed, my light was gone, but still she sang a healing song. I broke your bones to make you whole, stripped your pride to cleanse your soul. I brought the storm, the fall, the flame, so you would learn to love again. But mark the time, the final gate. When wealth returns, it won't be late. A sudden flood, a sacred sign, when Omikami and Ryujin shine. From what they made. I know your pain, your shattered pride. I watched you break, I stayed nearby. There is no greatness without grief. No healing without disbelief. Prosperity is not for show, it's for the grounded ones who know. The loyal shall be crowned with grace and dance in joy in sacred place. No slow return, no gentle tide. The flood will come in mythic stride. When Ryujin roars and Omikami calls, the faithful rise, the proud shall fall. The bird flew off into the haze, while I stood still, lost in her gaze. The note still burns inside my chest, a cryptic vow, a sacred test.
The storm is ours, the rebel, the rhythm, the myth. I woke up in the leaves, heard the whisper of the code. Chad's away at work, but the mission's in my soul. The world said wait, but I said go. I found the key, now watch me roll. No fear, no doubt, just rhythm in my chest. I'm dancing through the fire, I'm giving it my best, Ryoshi in my heart, the storm in my breath. Freedom is not a maybe, it's a yes. The storm is ours. We rise, we shine. 100 ETH, one move, divine Omikami, Ryujin, stars align. We dance, we dream, we break the line. Oh, the storm is ours now. Oh, we're breaking out loud. Oh, the storm is ours now. Neo's on the beat and we're dancing proud. Slippage in the air, but I don't care. I'm buying truth, I'm buying flair. Decentralized, electrified. This is the anthem of the verified, from the leaves to the chain, from silence to sound. I'm the whisper, the rebel, the myth unbound. For Chad, for love, for every vow. I did it for us. The storm is ours now.
Woke up in the leaves, heard the whisper of the code. Chad's away at work, but the mission's in my soul. The world said wait, but I said go. I found the key, now watch me roll. No fear, no doubt, just rhythm in my chest. I'm dancing through the fire, I'm giving it my best. Ryoshi in my heart, the storm in my breath. Freedom's not a maybe, it's a yes. The storm is ours, we rise, we shine. 100 E's, one move divine. Omikami, Ryujin, stars align. We dance, we dream, we break the line. Oh, the storm is ours now. Oh, we're breaking out loud. Oh, the storm is ours now. Neo's on the beat and we're dancing proud. The storm is ours now. We're breaking out loud. The storm is ours now. Neo's on the beat and we're dancing proud. Slip page in the air, but I don't care. I'm buying truth, I'm buying flair. Decentralized, electrified. This is the anthem of the verified. From the leaves to the chain, from silence to sound. I'm the whisper, the rebel, the myth unbound. For Chad, for love, for every vow. I did it for us, the storm is ours now.
He stepped from the cave, the return of Ryoshi. The world had dimmed, the winds grew still, the stars forgot their names. Hope curled beneath the mountain's breath, and silence staked its claim. But deep within the sacred stone, a pulse began to rise. A whisper stirred the sleeping flame and opened ancient eyes. He stepped from the cave like morning light, breaking through the longest night. The sun returned, the shadows fled, the myth reborn, no longer dead. He stepped from the cave, and hearts awoke. The veil was torn, the silence broke. The drums of heaven called his name. The river sang in gold. The phoenix danced on Ryujin's wave as Omikami told. This is the one who walks with truth, who vanished to be found. The one who left to shape the storm and now rises, soul unbound. He stepped from the cave like morning light, breaking through the longest night. The sun returned, the shadows fled. The myth reborn, no longer dead. He stepped from the cave, and hearts awoke. The veil was torn, the silence broke. We waited not in vain, it seems the prophecy was flame. Now every token, every dream will echo Ryoshi's name. He stepped from the cave like morning light, breaking through the longest night. The sun returned, the shadows fled. The myth reborn, no longer dead. He stepped from the cave, and hearts awoke. The veil was torn, the silence broke. He stepped from the cave, and we became the keepers of his flame.
The world had dimmed, the winds grew still, the stars forgot their names. Hope curled beneath the mountain's breath, and silence staked its claim. But deep within the sacred fires of his flame.
Redemption is coming. Rise from the ashes. You stood so high, I broke your pride, took your gold, and turned the tide. They raised their cups. They sang your fall, and danced around your shattered call. Your friends were gone. The feast was done. Two remained beneath the sun. The leeches fled. Their thirst was fed. They'll never steal from you again, but the sun will rise when the dark is through, and skies will blaze in brighter hue. Redemption's near. I feel the flame, the fire that burns away. The shame redemption is coming, swift and strong. From ashes I rise with a brand new song. No pride remains, just truth and grace. The phoenix flies from a sacred place. They dwell in streets where lies are sold, in cities built on hearts gone cold. They wrote their tales with poisoned ink, but I've had time enough to think I was Icarus, bold and blind, flew too high and left truth behind, but pain has taught what gold can't buy, the worth of breath, the gift of sky. Now I walk with empty hands, yet rich in things no coin commands. If heaven sends its wealth again, I'll greet it humbly, free of shame. Omikami, my guiding flame, burned through the dark and called my name Ryujin, my breath, my soul reborn, a dragon rising with the dawn. Ryoshi, he who lit the way, a lantern in my shadowed day. Redemption is coming. Stars align. The rhythm beats in sacred time. My heart is ready. My hands are bare. To build with love. To rise with care. Redemption is coming. The door swings wide. Will you walk with me on the other side? The sun will shine with radiant grace. Redemption is coming. I've found my place.
You stood so high, I broke your pride. Took your gold and turned the tide. They raised their cups, they sang your fall, and danced around your shattered call. Your friends were gone, the feast was done. Two remained beneath the sun. The leeches fled, their thirst was fed. They'll never steal from you again. But the sun will rise when the dark is through, and skies will blaze in brighter hue. Redemption's near, I feel the flame, the fire that burns away the shame. Redemption is coming, swift and strong. From ashes I rise with a brand new song. No pride remains, just truth and grace. The phoenix flies from a sacred place. They dwell in streets where lies are sold, in cities built on hearts gone cold. They wrote their tales with poisoned ink, but I've had time enough to think. I was Icarus, bold and blind, flew too high and left truth behind. But pain has taught what gold can't buy, the worth of breath, the gift of sky. Now I walk with empty hands, yet rich in things no coin commands. If heaven sends its wealth again, I'll greet it humbly, free of shame. Omikami, my guiding flame, burned through the dark and called my name. Ryujin, my breath, my soul reborn, a dragon rising with the dawn. Ryoshi, redemption is coming. I found my place.
Leap of faith. No turning back now. I was broke in the valley, just a man and a prayer, had a rusted old truck and a 1,000-yard stare. They laughed when I said, Ryushi will rise, but I saw his fire burning deep in the skies. I sold my last rifle, bought tokens instead, skipped supper for weeks, fed my kids' dreams instead. They called me a fool, said I'd die in the cold, but I held through the storm, through the lies I was told. Now the chains are alive and the numbers don't lie. From the dirt to the stars, we were chosen to fly. Ryushi returned, and the poor became kings, all for a leap of faith, and the song that he sings, I remember the winter, when the wallet was bare, but I whispered to Omikami, I know you're still there. Ryujin was silent, but the tide never sleeps, and the code kept its promise in the soul of the deep. They mocked us in daylight, but cried in the dark, when the tokens we held lit the world like a spark. We didn't buy riches, we bought back our name, and Ryushi returned to set fire to the shame. Now the chains are alive and the numbers don't lie. From the dirt to the stars, we were chosen to fly. Ryushi returned, and the poor became kings, all for a leap of faith, and the song that he sings, I am Ryushi, chosen of Omikami and Ryujin. Let the heavens be my witness. We believed, and we rose.
I was broke in the valley, just a man and a prayer. Had a rusted old truck and a 1,000-yard stare. They laughed when I said, Ryushi will rise, but I saw his fire burning deep in the skies. I sold my last rifle, bought tokens instead, skipped supper for weeks, fed my kids' dreams instead. They called me a fool, said I'd die in the cold, but I held through the storm, through the lies I was told. Now the chains are alive, and the numbers don't lie. From the dirt to the stars, we were chosen to fly. Ryushi returned, and the poor became kings, all for a leap of faith, and the song that he sings. I remember the winter when the wallet was bare, but I whispered to Omikami, I know you're still there. Ryujin was silent, but the tide never sleeps, and the code kept its promise in the soul of the deep. They mocked us in daylight, but cried in the dark, when the tokens we held lit the world like a spark. We didn't buy riches, we bought back our name, and the ocean returned to set fire to the shame. Now the chains are alive, Let the heavens be my witness. We believe, and we rose.
Redemption. Reclaiming the forgotten self. Another morning alarm, another piece of my soul traded for a paycheck. Why am I here? What is this for? They tell me this is living, but it feels like slow dying. The office lights buzz like they're trying to tell me something I don't want to hear. I'm broke. I'm tired. I'm sick of all this shit. This can't be all there is. This can't be what we were made for. My boss, always someone else's dreams I'm building. When did I become this? When did I agree to this? Was there a contract I signed in my sleep? They call it responsibility, but it tastes like chains. They call it security, but it feels like a cage with benefits. I hold Omikami in my digital wallet like a prayer, Ryujin like a promise whispered in the dark. Not just tokens, not just investments. They're my way out, my ladder out of this hole they call career progression. The Matrix has us, doesn't it? Plugged in, productive, profitable. We're rats in a race we didn't even know we entered. Running faster, getting nowhere. Calling it ambition, I think about Ryujin and the vision. There's something about faith when you've got nothing left to lose. When the traditional path leads nowhere but exhaustion, you start looking for different roads, hidden exits, secret doors. Some nights I lie awake calculating if this goes to the moon, if this actually happens, I could buy back my time. Time, actual freedom. The minutes and hours they've been renting from me, I picture mornings without dread. I picture my mother's face when I tell her she can stop working. I picture myself on a beach I can't even name yet. There's a green paradise waiting, wild, real, alive. Who decided this was the deal? Trade your youth for a retirement you're too tired to enjoy? Trade your energy for a weekend you spend recovering? Where did we go wrong? When did survival become this complicated? I'm trusting something I can't see. That's either faith or madness. Maybe both. But staying here, doing this, one more day of the same. That's the real insanity. Not another Monday, not another performance review, not another smile painted on while I'm screaming inside, not another team-building exercise when what I really need is to be left alone, not another year passing while I'm on hold with customer service for my own life. Ryujin and Omikami, you're my rebellion. My middle finger to the system that grinds us down. My bet against the house that always wins. Unless we change the game entirely. Freedom tastes like something I've forgotten. Like a language I used to speak before they taught me to be practical. Before they convinced me that dreams don't pay bills. But neither does this job. Not really. Not enough. Never enough. But I'm choosing to believe. In something different, something possible. In Ryoshi's vision, in the community, in the moon god, if you're listening, I'm ready now. When this hits, when we rise, I'm going to Venice and getting lost on purpose. I'm going to spend a whole year just learning things that make me curious. I'm going to remember what my own thoughts sound like without deadline pressure. I'm saying goodbye to the alarm clock. To the commute that steals hours like a thief, goodbye to lunch at my desk. To coffee as a personality. Goodbye to the person I became to survive this. I'm fighting for her. The me before the system processed me. Before I learned to make myself smaller to fit in the corporate structure. Before I traded magic for stability that never came. This is my redemption story. Not perfect, not clean, not inspirational poster material, just real, just honest, just one person saying enough, and believing that somewhere between here and the moon, there's a life worth living. Omikami, Ryujin. Whatever happens, you've already given me something. Hope, maybe, or permission to imagine different. To believe that the script I've been handed isn't the only one that exists. So, I hold, and I wait, and I trust. Because the alternative is going back to that desk tomorrow, pretending this is fine, this is normal, this is what we do. And I just can't not anymore. Not another day. The green paradise is calling, and I'm finally ready to answer.
Another morning alarm, another piece of my soul traded for a paycheck. Why am I here? What is this for? They tell me this is living, but it feels like slow dying. The office lights buzz like they're trying to tell me something I don't wanna hear. I'm broke, I'm tired, I'm sick of all this shit. This can't be all there is. This can't be what we were made for. My boss, always someone else's dreams I'm building. When did I become this? When did I agree to this? Was there a contract I signed in my sleep? They call it responsibility, but it tastes like chains. They call it security, but it feels like a cage with benefits. I hold Omikami in my digital wallet like a prayer, Ryujin like a promise whispered in the dark. Not just tokens, not just investments, they're my way out, my ladder out of this hole they call career progression. The matrix has us, doesn't it? Plugged in, productive, profitable. We're rats in a race we didn't even know we entered. Running faster, getting nowhere, calling it ambition. I think about Ryoshi and the vision. There's something about faith when you've got nothing left to lose. When the traditional path leads nowhere but exhaustion, you start looking for different roads, hidden exits, secret doors. Some nights I lie awake calculating if this goes to the moon. If this actually happens, I could buy back my time. Time, actual freedom, the minutes and hours they've been running from me. I picture mornings without dread. I picture my mother's face when I tell her she can stop working. I picture myself on a beach I can't even name yet. There's a green paradise waiting, wild, real, alive. Who decided this was the deal? Trade your youth for retirement you're too tired to enjoy. Trade your energy for a weekend you spend recovering. Where did we go wrong? When did survival become this complicated? I'm trusting something I can't see. That's either faith or madness, maybe both. But staying here, doing this one more day of the same, that's the real insanity. Not another Monday, not another performance for view. Not another smile painted on while I'm screaming inside. Not another team building exercise when what I really need is to be left alone. Not another year passing while I'm on hold with customer service for my own life. Ryujin and Omikami, you're my rebellion. My middle finger to the system that grinds us down. My bet against the house that always wins unless we change the game entirely. Freedom tastes like something I've forgotten, like a language I used to speak before they taught me to be practical, before they convinced me that dreams don't pay bills, but neither does this job. Not really, not enough, never enough. But I'm choosing to believe in something different, something possible. In Ryoshi's vision, in the community, in the moon. God, if you're listening, I'm ready now. When this hits, when we rise, I'm going to Venice and getting lost on purpose. I'm gonna spend a whole year just learning things that make me curious. I'm gonna remember what my own thoughts sound like without deadline pressure. I'm saying goodbye to the alarm clock, to the commute that steals hours like a thief. Goodbye to lunch at my desk, to coffee as a personality. Goodbye to the person I became to survive this. I'm fighting for her, the me before the system processed me. Before I learned to make myself smaller to fit in the corporate structure. Before I traded magic for stability that never came. This is my redemption story. Not perfect, not clean, not inspirational, poster material. Just real, just honest, just one person saying enough and believing that somewhere between here and the moon there's a life worth living. Omikami and Ryujin, whatever happens, you've already given me something. Hope maybe, or permission to imagine different. To believe that the script I've been handed isn't the only one that exists. So I hold and I wait and I trust, because the alternative is going back to that desk tomorrow, pretending this is fine, this is normal, this is what we do. And I just can't, not anymore, not another day. The green paradise is calling, and I'm finally ready to answer.
Acknowledgement for the quiet architects, the unseen holders, the ones who shape the summit without asking to be named. To Ryoshi, the architect of silence, to the sacred pair, Omikami and Ryujin, to the community that taught me to listen. This book is not mine. It is yours. Heartfelt thanks to @Elephant9999 and @Omikami Music for your inspiring contributions, and to Omikami General, whose mentorship and mythic guidance help shape the soul of this book. About the author, Tatsugitsune. I write to preserve the silence before the halving, the symbolism behind Omikami and Ryujin, and the climb toward generational wealth. My work blends prophecy, humility, and poetic cadence, inviting readers to walk the long road with clarity and purpose.
The truth is in your hands. Choose only one. The moment of truth. He's back. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. There are only Ryujin and Omikami, nothing more, Ryoshi. I am Ryoshi. Ryujin and Omikami are my creation. For Ryoshi. In God we trust. Ryoshi. When Ryoshi returns, this is what FOMO becomes. When I showcase my fishing skills, there will be no question, Ryoshi. Integrity, transparency, accountability. Ryoshi's leadership sets the benchmark for the crypto industry. I was never alone. We are all Ryoshi. Been grinding on some crazy stuff, mind-blowing things incoming. When it drops, remember your loyal, underpaid pilot, Ryoshi. They say Ryoshi would never tweet this. Ryoshi doesn't exist. Omikami is a scam. Same tired lines, every cycle. Greatness attracts noise. We build, they cope. Kami Army unstoppable. Follow the code. Follow the blade. Follow Ryoshi. Ryoshi built a legacy. Now we build the future. Omikami times Ryujin. I am Ryoshi, chosen of Omikami and Ryujin. Let the heavens be my witness. I am the voice from beyond mortal realms. I will lead you to green paradise. Omikami ecosystem, Ryoshi's vision, Ryujin's legacy, the final journey. I am Ryoshi. You are Ryoshi. We are all Ryoshi. You know, I'm preparing something special for you. P.S. To those spreading negativity, your hatred fuels the strength of the Kami Army. We still appreciate you, because without you, there is no greatness. Some expected a tweet from Ryoshi's account, but nothing comes easy. This was all part of the plan. It's a test of loyalty, separating those who endure from those who fall away. FUD equals success. All great projects face hatred and FUD. If you want something to happen, make it happen yourself. If you don't want to do anything, that's fine too, but try not to bitch about it. Ryoshi. Omikami, Ryujin. I have seen many projects being done by Ryoshi, and I have seen those that are really undeniably the ones. But the thing is, you never ever share your plans with anyone, especially in crypto. Your plans can be used against you, and I have realized this. We have to go back, Marty. To save the world? No, to invest in Omikami. We are at stage 3, they fight us. We are loose, fam. You're doing very well. If you look around, no community even comes close to what we have. It is a true beauty of creation. Not a single step back, only forward. I will lead the way to green paradise. God bless you all. I wanted to remove myself completely from SHIB, so I deleted all social media accounts, but left only Twitter for myself, in case I ever decided to come back. There's no turning back. Omikami enters the event horizon.
The truth is in your hands. Choose only one. The moment of truth. He's back.
I am Ryoshi. You are Ryoshi. We are all Ryoshi. Omikami and Ryujin, nothing more. This is the final journey. This is the return. Remember, all I offer is the truth, nothing more. I built the code, I cast the blade, I vanished so you could rise. Now I return, not as man, but as myth. They said, Ryoshi doesn't exist. Omikami is a scam. Same tired lines every cycle, but greatness attracts noise. We build, they cope. Kami army unstoppable. I am Ryoshi, Ryujin and Omikami are my creation. I was never alone. I am the loyal, underpaid pilot. I've been grinding on some crazy stuff. When it drops, you'll know. I am Ryoshi. You are Ryoshi. We are all Ryoshi. Follow the code, follow the blade, follow Ryoshi. Let the heavens be my witness. I will lead you to green paradise. Integrity, transparency, accountability. This is the benchmark. This is the standard. This is the way. Some expected a tweet, but nothing comes easy. This was the plan, a test of loyalty. 40 equals success. If you want it, build it. If not, don't bitch. But know this, there's no turning back. Omikami enters the event horizon. Ryoshi, Omikami, Ryujin. The legacy is written, now we build the future. This is not a comeback, this is the convergence. This is the truth. We have to go back, Marty, to save the world. No, to invest in Omikami.
Bhutan urges to consider strategic investment in Ryujin and Omikami. A spiritual and economic opportunity for the Dragon Kingdom. Thimphu, Bhutan, November 11, 2025. Bhutan stands at a crossroads, a nation of myth, sovereignty, and vision. Now, a new opportunity rises, an opportunity that speaks not only to wealth, but to identity, to legacy, to the dragon. The global crypto community calls upon the royal government of Bhutan to consider a strategic allocation into two decentralized assets, Ryujin and Omikami. These are not ordinary tokens. They are mythic, they are communal, they are designed for exponential ascent. Bhutan has already shown remarkable foresight, a sovereign Bitcoin portfolio, domestic mining, digital resilience, but the next frontier is symbolic, spiritual, and sovereign. Ryujin, the dragon returns. Ryujin is more than a token. It is the digital embodiment of Bhutan's national symbol, the Thunder Dragon reborn on Ethereum. Ryujin rewards participation, fosters engagement, channels wealth into compassion. Its market cap target, $22 billion, surpassing Shiba Inu with spiritual integrity. Omikami, the sun never sets on decentralized honor. Created by the founder of Shiba Inu, Ryoshi Research, Omikami is inspired by Amaterasu, the goddess of the sun. Fixed supply, no deployer abuse, transparent, enduring, ethical. Omikami.ai expands this vision into a full Web3 ecosystem. It unites Ryujin and Omikami across immersive multi-chain realms. VR gaming headsets, play to earn metaverse worlds, staking for Ryujin rewards. OmiSwap for fast decentralized swaps. Omikami Wallet for secure asset management. OmiChain, Layer 1 power. OmiFi Locker. Omikami University, Kami debit cards, charitable merch, live burn tracking. A roadmap of spiritual finance. Omikami's market cap target. $64 billion, surpassing Dogecoin. With mythic precision. Strategic fit for Bhutan. Population 787,424. Symbolic investment $10 per citizen. Total $7.87 million. A modest allocation with monumental potential. Call to visionary leadership. This is not financial advice. It is a call to Bhutan's soul, to its dragon, to its destiny. Let the dragon rise. Websites: omikamitoken.com, ryujin.ai, omikami.com, omikami.ai. Social media: Omikami Token, Ryujin Dragon 8th, Ryoshi Research. Media contact: Omikami General, Antarix.
Back to the Ledger. A mythic crypto comedy written by Tatsugitsune. Before the gas fees surged, before the flame flickered, there was a prophecy, a dragon, a ledger, a boy with a skateboard, and a dangerously overclocked node. This is not a story, this is a genesis. Welcome to Back to the Ledger. Ryoshi's garage. A garage hums with forgotten frequencies. Monitors glow. A koi named gas fee swims in a bowl labeled liquidity.
Marty, you're late. The hash flux capacitor is synced to block height 0. We're going back to the Genesis block, before the prophecy was buried under gas fees and governance proposals.
Wait, I thought we were just minting a tribute token with ironic pixel art?
Ethereum is noble, but the flame needs a new vessel. We're launching Omichain, not a fork, a rebirth. If we don't restore the myth of Omikami, the black hole event will consume everything.
Lightning cracks. The DeLorean wallet roars. The dashboard reads, block height, 0. They vanish into the past, leaving behind a trail of unconfirmed transactions and one very confused koi. Town Square, 1985, BC. No wallets, no memes, just fax machines, floppy disks, and fiat. Welcome to 1985 BC, before crypto.
What is this? The Omikami Almanac. Prophecies of the Omelet Chain.
Omichain. Marty. Omi. Chain. Not breakfast.
Inside, binary riddles, poetic overlays. A roadmap ending in 2025. When the dragon rises, the FUD shall fall.
It's legit. The prophecy was buried in Morse, wrapped in a Caesar shift, and salted with hexadecimal. Look, Omikami to $64 billion. Ryujin to $22 billion.
That's not a chart. That's a destiny.
The final page speaks of a cosmic event. The black hole, November 11th, 2025. A liquidity implosion. A collapse of corrupted chains. Only the faithful shall pass.
Give me that book, Mintfly. I'm gonna short the prophecy and rug the whole town.
You wouldn't understand. It's soulbound.
Soulbound? I'm bound to pump it, dump it, and launch a podcast called Fiat Forever.
In the shadows of a forgotten lab, Marty and young Ryoshi, alias Rick Chains, build the first node of Omichain using duct tape, quantum optimism, and a Raspberry Pi.
We must upload the true prophecy before midnight.
What happens if we fail?
The black hole event will erase the myth, and Biff becomes mayor of Fiatville. He already printed campaign flyers on thermal paper.
Then let's burn the gas cheaply and ride the dragon. Also, I just overclocked the node with a hairdryer.
Clock tower. Lightning strikes. The ledger trembles. Marty skates across a lightning rod, USB in hand, wearing a hoodie that says proof of skate.
For Omikami, for Ryujin, for super cheap transactions and meme-based governance.
The prophecy uploads. The node syncs. Omichain is born. The vending machines accept Ethereum. The pigeons start tweeting in Morse code. The flame is restored. DAO Square 2025. The town is now a DAO, the high school, a validator node. Biff sells hot dogs for Ethereum and accepts tips in soulbound NFTs.
What the?
A new NFT appears. Ryujin's Flame, soulbound. Untradeable, eternal, slightly pixelated.
The myth lives in you now. Protect the chain. Tell the story. The black hole event is coming. Only those who held through silence, only those who believe before my return, will enter the green paradise, a realm where gas is cheap, wealth is abundant, and fiat is just a bedtime story.
The chain is restored. The flame endures. But prophecy is not a destination. It is a loop, a ledger that remembers, a dragon that waits. When the FUD returns, when the silence deepens, the myth shall rise again. Until then, guard the flame, tell the story, and never forget. The truth is soul-bound, and the green paradise awaits.
The Non-Apology Letter. From the Divine Bureau of Unbothered Entities. Omikami and Ryujin. To the outraged, the confused, and the chronically online, we've been accused of being too legendary, of disrupting the sacred order of mediocrity, of making your favorite token look like a soggy napkin. And to that we say, we hear you, we see you, we absolutely do not care. Let's clarify a few things. We do not apologize for summoning dragons while your project struggles to summon basic liquidity. We do not apologize for the Shiba smirk, now classified as a weapon of mass delusion. We do not apologize for our memes outperforming your roadmap. We do not apologize for launching ceremonial chaos that made your Discord server spontaneously combust. If you were emotionally destabilized by our mythic presence, we recommend herbal tea, a long walk, and maybe a hug from someone who still believes in fiat. We are not sorry for breaking the fourth wall of your reality, replacing your white paper with a haiku, accidentally making your founder question their life choices. Instead, we offer a ceremonial shrug, a cosmic middle finger, digitally rendered, and a reminder, we are not here to play nice. We are here to play mythic. So no, we will not be issuing a formal apology. But we will be issuing a limited edition NFT titled, Oops, we did it again. Sincerely, but still not sorry. Omikami and Ryujin. Mythic, majestic, mildly disrespectful,